I am indeed. I am with the one and only, the mercurial Amir Khan, former Olympic medalist at the age of 17 and world champion, who is a global superstar in combat sports, in charity, in promotion. My word, it's great to have you with us again, Amir.
Yeah, again, we had a great time last time in Manchester, and now we're here in Cardiff. I think Cardiff's going to be amazing. I've seen the card. I've seen the guys that are going to be fighting. You've got Selby. He's going to be on a massive fight here. His first BKB fight. I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be an amazing night.
There is that extraordinary crossover at the moment with gloved boxers, former world champions, joining us in the bare knuckle arena. Why do you think that is?
I just feel that a lot of boxers want to give it a try, and they know they can punch. So when you're not wearing any gloves and you got bare knuckles, they're going to be like, look, I can knock someone out quite easily and make it short. At the same time, it's more shorter, it's explosive, it's more faster than doing a 12-round fight. So I think it's a little bit more exciting for them.
What was your overriding impression about the event in Manchester, BKB 54? Thrilling, exciting, boxing on speed dial?
You know what? I was sat on the edge of the seat. I mean, it was exciting, it was explosive. I mean, there was knockouts, there was blood flying everywhere. I mean, I was sat ringside and you could feel the sweat and blood splashing all over to me, you know. So I have to say that it's one of them sports that is ruthless, tough, and you have to be ready to watch it as well. You have to be ready for it.
It is the fastest combat sport, growing combat sport on earth. Can you see those reasons why, and it will attract a young audience because of the nature, the speed, and all those things you talk about?
I mean, everywhere you go, you got the young audience already talking about this bare knuckle boxing. BKB is growing fast, and I think it's going to keep on growing. There's going to be a lot of fighters, as you see, as boxers now moving and transitioning into BKB, which is just making it more exciting. So I think it's only going to go one way, which is up.
Selby on this card, of course, making his debut against Antonio Rizzo. We will see them up with Jimmy very soon on the press conference. Victor Ortiz making his debut in Los Angeles in a few weeks' time, 3 weeks' time. That'll be amazing as well. You fought him as an amateur as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I fought Victor Ortiz back in 2009, and
beat him.
I beat him. I stopped him in the second round. Victor is a great fighter. Southpaw, very awkward, but bangs very hard. He's a good boxer. He's got speed, movement. I think it will suit him a lot being in BKB. I think he will be a very, very dangerous fighter. Whoever they're going to put him up against, I think they need to be ready for Victor, because Victor can bang, he can hurt people, and he's got that fierceness in him as well, that he's going in there to hurt someone.
He may try and hurt you at some point if those itchy knuckles get you to face him in the bare knuckle trigon.
I mean, you never know. Look, end of the day, the more I watch bare knuckle, the more I like it, the more, I want to engage in it. I was watching the last show when Paulie was fighting, and I was watching, what would I do if I was in there? I'd move more to the left, the right, I'll throw the uppercut, left hook, I'll keep it long, I'll keep it short, or I'll get stuck in with it, As you saw my career, I was always the fighter that used to just get stuck in and have a war. I think this is what it's all about here. Bare knuckles is about going in there and having a war with someone. So who knows?
You mentioned Paulie Malignaggi there. Of course, he's part of our commentary team on this event. It's going to be a delight to have you with me in the studio tomorrow night. Thank you very much. And talking of wars, back on stage, Jerome Hatch and Dan Podmore at Bridgerweight. Oh my word, Jimmy, this is going to be a war.
When you talk about fights we're all looking forward to, you got to talk about the gentleman next to me, Jerome Hatch and Dan Podmore. Let me start with Jerome here. We talked about the finishing rate of both of you fighters. When I interviewed you about this, there wasn't fear. You were excited, man. You're jumping up and down about the idea of facing someone who's a finisher just like you. You know that. You take one look away from this guy, and it's going to cost you. That excites you. There's no fear there. Tell me about that, man.
I really enjoy any test, and that's the whole reason why I continue to keep putting on shows and doing this as much as I have. At 188, this is my 189th time stepping in here. And every single one's been a test, whether I've trained all the way through or not. It's always a test, and so I'm really excited to be able to share the trigon with him and do it. Last time I had the privilege to fight one of your guys, it was a different weight class, and it was definitely going to be two bowls in a china shop. And, it did. We went right for it, and luckily I came out the victor on that, but I'm looking forward to this one too.
What is different about this format, the Trigon, everything? Because like a lot of fighters on this card, you talk about all the different combat sports you've competed in. They say there's nothing quite like this. It just brings a different edge, a different energy. What's that like?
Yeah, it's the purest form of combat, and I enjoy it because us bigger guys, you can't take a step back or a step to the side. It makes you fight. If so, you're in a corner. So I really enjoy that. That way we're able to put on a show and give the fight fans something they put money on the books to come watch, you know.
When you talk about a fighter that always brings excitement and at the high level, Dan, I have to ask you, I'm going to go over your resume right now. You're a 4-time world champion, 3 different weight classes, and yet what you told us is you still felt disrespected. You still feel like the fans don't know exactly what you can do, don't give you the honors you deserve. A little chip on your shoulder, man. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Like I said, I am a 4-time world champion in 3 different weight classes, and if I didn't constantly repeat that myself, no one would know. So it is like I'm flying under the radar. I've worked hard to get where I am. Like I said, Jerome said it is 100-odd fights. I've had over 300 fights. You know what I'm saying? And I've had, this will be my 17th bare knuckle. You know what I mean? And my last 8 fights have been total fights. So it's about time I got some recognition for my accolades.
The years that I've covered combat sports, I tell people the only thing harder than winning a world title is regaining a world title. To look at that mountain again and climb all the way up. Talk about that passion and desire, because when I talk to you about this fight, once again, against a very dangerous guy, all Absolutely. You talked about is that desire to climb that mountain. Again, a lot of former champions who have accomplished what you've accomplished don't have that anymore. Why do you still have it?
Because to be the best, you have to fight the best. And, for me to fight the best, that's just in my nature. I need to put myself at a test. I couldn't take a fight where I could easily win. I mean, I asked to fight Jerome because he's the most dangerous in the division, other than Marco. I could have took any other bum, and fought and easily won and put another win on my record. But I'd rather have the hardest fight possible, and possibly come out with a loss, but knowing that I fought the best. So this is where we're at, and this is what's going to happen tomorrow. We're number 2 and number 3 for some reason, but we're going to throw down tomorrow. So,
the great Mike Tyson said, I was nervous walking into the ring every single time. When I was in the back, I'm warming up. By the time I get to the ring, I'm an animal. I can't be beaten. There's no one in the world that can stand against me. When I talk to you guys, it's funny. I'll start with you, Jerome. When I talk to you, you're a nice guy. They were just switching chairs here. They weren't sure what side you were going to be. I didn't have to jump in between you guys, but I'm not going to do anyway. But that switch of once you get in the Trigon, we are professionals, I'm about to take you out. When does that switch go off in your head?
On that walkout. It's interesting because I get asked that quite a bit because people are like, man, you're the nicest guy. I don't understand why or how you do the things you do because you're such a gentleman, such a nice guy. I'm like, well, when you are as dangerous as we are, we can be that. And there's nothing that worries. I don't worry about anybody out there. I know I can handle my own. It doesn't matter what, when, where. I know that if I can be a good soul with what I do to release it, there is no reason that anybody else can't. And that's what we need more of.
What is that difference to you? As you said, multiple-time world champion. That's professionalism. That's showing up every day. That's doing your job outside of the Trigon, inside the Trigon, with your training and everything. What separates a world champion from everyone else?
You're not just a normal figure. You're not a normal person anymore. You're a public figure. There's people that actually watch us, that are fans. That admire us and look at us as role models. So, when I used to fight when I was young, I turned into a bit of a journeyman. I'd fight 5 times a week, and I never used to train. But now, becoming who I am now, I've learned to love. I didn't want to live the lifestyle. I didn't want to eat healthy, and I didn't want to do this, and I didn't want to do that. But being good at what I do has made me be that person anyway. So I try to be the best person I could possibly be also. It's, I like the quiet life. I like to, I don't like going out and stuff like that, but it's. I feel like now I am a role model to, to fans and to the young and whatever. You have to keep a certain presence. You know what I mean? So.
Presence is something both of you have sitting here. Two very destructive but professional fighters going to meet in the Trigon tomorrow. Don't miss it. Gareth, back to you with a special guest.
Indeed, I am with a special guest, and talking about presence, size, ominous. I've been upsetting him all week, and maybe he'll give me a few answers today. The one and only Mick Terrill, one of the greatest heavyweights bare knuckle boxing has ever seen. You came here, you won the title years ago, there was no one left to fight. You left, you fought all over the world, and now you're back. How does it feel to come back? Not on this card, but in London.
Feels great coming back. Obviously, I'm just eyeing up all the competition, and I think I just want to wipe them all out, really.
Are you the sheriff, the Lone Ranger, coming back to reclaim that belt that no one actually ever took off you, Mick?
I would hate to call myself a sheriff. It sounds too much like a policeman, but I would like to think I was in charge.
I think you're the sheriff in the town, coming in on his horse like the Lone Ranger to clean up the heavyweight division. Gustavo Trujillo is the current champion, the brilliant Cuban fighter. Kamil Sokolovsky, who we'll meet in a minute, who's on this card, who may be in line to fight for that title, is ranked number 1. You're ranked number 2. Number 4 is Mark O'Neill, Sokolovsky's opponent. What about all these guys? You left because there weren't opponents anymore, you felt. What about these guys? Trujillo, Sokolovsky, O'Neill?
To be honest, I've watched them, I've studied, and I've watched. They're all good competitors. If Sokolovsky's number 1, let him have the fight. If he wins, great, he'll keep it warm. I'll definitely take it off him.
Will you beat all of these guys and silence the world?
Do you know what it is? I'm no big head, right, but they're going to be hard fights. There's no easy fights there, but I think I've got what it takes to win it.
You are the ultimate knockout machine, aren't you?
Either knock you out or you knock me out. It's one or the other.
Tell me about the homecoming back to BKB. It's your spiritual home. Does it feel great to be back here? And does it feel different to all those years ago?
Obviously, the shows are a lot bigger now, but it's nice to be so welcomed back so warmly. Every show I have, I've been welcomed over. Like Tret as a special guest as well. It's great, it makes you feel special, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how special you feel. You've got to get in there, sharpen your tools up, and you've got to punch people, and that's what it's all about.
And how has training gone for London? I don't know if you can reveal the opponent yet, but how's training going? Are you in camp already?
Oh, 100% I'm in camp. I can't reveal the opponent yet, but I've got a little ginger trainer, and he's torturous, and he's torturing me at the minute.
What's his name?
He's called Andy, and we call him Bungle, off Rainbow, and he's torturous, and he's torturing us at the minute. That's all I can say.
It's always great to see you, Mick, and I cannot wait to see you fight in Anarchy in the UK in London. We'll have that opponent soon. Well, talking of great fighters, and potentially the fight of the night, clearly a 50-50 on stage with Jimmy right now, Dan Lerwell and Danny Mitchell, 2 cruiserweights who do not know how to back down.
I am so willing to jinx this fight. Gareth 100% saying it could certainly be fighting. We're all expecting excitement. Danny versus Daniel. Let me start with the Danny to my left, Danny Mitchell. I've seen you fight Vale Tudo, which for people who don't know is MMA without all the pesky rules in it. I've seen you fight the highest level of MMA, UFC, Bellator. I've seen you do submission grappling, everything. Then I saw you win in bare knuckle. What is the difference with that accomplishment? What did that do for you? And tell you about yourself as a fighter.
It tells me that I can do it all. I've been in different combat sports, like you say, and I've been successful in them all. And right now, I feel like this is my home, and this is where I'm going to do well.
When you had your bare knuckle debut, which was a great fight in Manchester, you were under attack early on in the fight. Found that countering opportunity. That's very rare in this sport. Usually, the guy who attacks and kind of strikes first has the advantage. You found that countering opportunity. Did that do anything for your confidence? Do you know you have that in you?
Yeah, I always knew I had that in me. And I came in expecting just a 5-round war. So for it to end that quickly was kind of a surprise for me as well. But yeah, it's just down to my training, my reactions, and instincts.
Now, Daniel Lurwell, you were on that same card. Quick turnaround for both of you.
Yeah,
but this idea that you're turning right around, it's almost like you never leave camp. You get right back on it. Has that been the sense as you've been training for this fight?
Yeah, well, I've actually been in camp since January because we were supposed to fight in Swansea. That got cancelled. We found another venue that was cancelled. Then Manchester come up, so they put me on air against Robert Cockray. And now this fight, yeah. And when I got a phone call asking to fight Danny, you know, I follow Danny. He's a British fighter. I'm a massive MMA fan. I followed him for a long time, and it's just a fight that really excited me. And that's why I took it straight away. Didn't even have to ask me. Yeah.
One of the expressions we use, Danny, you know it, old man jiu-jitsu, right? They're just heavy, they're just dense. I've gotten denser as I've gotten older. You have that old man striking, heavy hands. It seems like everything you threw when I called you last fight hurts.
Yeah. That's called old man judo.
Same thing, right?
Thing,
but
yeah.
this idea of that heaviness in bare knuckle, I saw you hurt your opponent with short strikes, with long strikes, with strikes you didn't really seem to turn over, that you just hit with the flat of your hand. Everything you did hurt Koki, your opponent. Where does that come from? Is it something you train, or is that just you, man?
No, that's something that comes from my Bampa Lewell. That is my big heavy hands. Yeah, that was passed down to me by my grandfather. But no, yeah, you know, it's. I just been winging it. I just call them lucky punches, but you call them what you want to.
When you look at this, Danny, you're fighting a guy who, as we just said, can hurt you from anywhere. Doesn't need a perfect punch. Just turn it over a little bit and you're out. What does that bring to you defensively? You have to watch everything. Does it make you sharp? Does it give you in fighting that juice we talk about? Is that what you feel going in?
Yeah, obviously you've got to, your defence has got to be sharp. Everything's got to be sharp. You know, the game is to hit and not be hit. I know everybody in the crowd just want to see us knock lumps out of each other. And but yeah, as fighters, we have to be smart and we have to try and limit the damage as well. So yeah, you've got to be sharp. You've got to be focused, be on the ball. When you look at offensively, what it takes to be great in BKB, and when I joined up and started seeing it, a jab that you could maybe shrug off, you catch a little bit of that wouldn't hurt you in the boxing ring, can really hurt you in the triangle. I've seen guys cut up with almost nothing. To Danny's point, that idea you have to be so defensively sound, but in another sense, can't really rely on your defense because anything can cut you. What's the mentality going in?
The mentality for that is, like I've always said, I never come in with a game plan in BKB. I think I come in once with a game plan against Anthony Holmes and I got absolutely ironed out because he done totally opposite of what I thought he was going to do. But yeah, it's just one of those sports. It's so exciting. I think like the better opponent I have, the better I fight. Like I showed a bit of boxing against Jack Marshman, and I think this fight as well will be the same. I think we both going to show a bit of our skill this time.
That experience disparity in terms of bare knuckle. I mean, as I introduced you, you fought everything, every style. You're facing guys who's got a lot more bare knuckle fights than you do. What's the adjustment take on a guy like that? Is there one?
I mean, I've had a lot more bare knuckle fights, but there was outside. They're not on box rec.
The word unsanctioned we will use. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I carry that experience from that as well. Again, he's got the experience in the, let's say, official bare knuckle rules, but I think apart from that, we're the same age, we were born a week apart, we were born with the same
Who's
name,
older by a week? You, right?
I'm older by a week.
Older by a week. Respect your elders here.
So yeah, I think yeah, like you say, I've got the overall experience in MMA, all these different combat sports. He's got the more experience in the BKB and bare knuckle. I was actually at his first bare knuckle BKB fight when he fought Pete Radford. I was there, so it's a bit of history in the making.
I have no problem jinxing it. Where all things be a great fight. Gareth, talking about heavy hitters, you're with one now.
I am indeed. I'm with Kamil Sokolovsky, who, as you say, is one of the biggest hitters, the biggest punchers in bare knuckle. Very decorated career with your hands in glove boxing and so on. You face Mark O'Neill on Saturday night, tomorrow night, the number 4 in the division. You're ranked number 1. What do you need to do tomorrow night?
I need to win tomorrow and prove people I deserve a title fight with Gustavo.
You'd like to fight Gustavo Trujillo if you win this fight. You deserve it?
Yes, I deserve it. I need to show tomorrow my skills and prove I deserve for fight with him.
Do you ever go in there, you're so heavy-handed, do you ever go in there knowing that you want a knockout?
Yes, definitely. I want to knock him out tomorrow, win for knockout.
You've been out a long time. I know that you live in Devon. You're like a Brit, a Polish man living in Britain. Your family is here with you. I know your wife and your children, they love being with you. I think they're here tomorrow. You've been out since November 2024. You had an injury. You've had to wait for certain things. How have you stayed patient in that time?
It's a long break, of course, nearly 2 years. But I didn't waste time. I'm help many boxers in sparring. So I'm no stranger to the ring. And what can I say? I'm coming tomorrow and win, and so I didn't waste time. So I'm spent lots of time in the ring last 2 years.
So working hard. Tell me about Mark O'Neill, and he's 50 years old, but he's a great veteran, a very dangerous fighter who says had a great camp, he says, and you will not be beating him, he tells me, tomorrow night.
I watched his fight, so, in bare knuckles, everyone is dangerous.
It's heavyweight fighting. There's always a 50-50 in bare knuckles.
Of course, 50-50. So I've got respect to him, and I have to be careful. So, but
let your hands go.
I have to win tomorrow.
I know, but and also if you do win tomorrow night, obviously I'll be interviewing you afterwards. Is your mind, you cannot not focus on Mark, but is your mind on Trujillo straight away then?
Like I said, I'm first focused on fight tomorrow, and then think about fight with Gustavo.
Do you beat Gustavo when you meet him?
Yes.
You are the first man who will beat him in bare knuckle because he's 8-9-0.
He don't have before any big challenge, so I think I will be challenge for him, and he will be challenge for me. So we are each other.
Mick Terrill, the former champion, has come back as well. I've seen you guys around the fight hotel together. Maybe a bit of growling between each other. You will fight him at some point as well?
Yeah, hopefully this fight is going to happen soon after my fight with Trujillo and his fight next month. So.
2 trilogies maybe? 3 and 3?
Yeah, why not?
Why not, indeed? Well, up on stage, Jimmy Smith is with our main eventers, Lee Selby, the Welsh Wizard, one of 12 male world boxing glove champions in history, up there with Antonio Rizzo. It's going to be a great cracker of a main event. Jimmy, make it sing, baby.
Oh, I always do. One thing about our main event, when you talk about world champions, success breeds respect. Respect comes with pressure. Let's find out more about this main event right now.
Di Selby sappiamo che è un grande campione, ma non mi fa paura. Ci misureremo sul ring e lì che si vedrà chi è il vero guerriero tra me e lui.
To be honest, I'm not really feeling the pressure. It's a big occasion, but I've been here before. It's not my first rodeo.
Combatto perché vengo da un'infanzia difficile e per me combattere per me è uno sfogo. Adesso è diventata una passione.
Un'escapazione.
Esatto.
Per scapparsi.
Sì, per ripararmi.
I'm a prize fighter, a former world champion, financially secure. So I don't need a fight. I want to fight. I know Antonio Rizzo comes from a K1 background, so like kickboxing style of fighting, and he looks a bit awkward, a bit rangy, quite negative at times, and then he just bursts to life with a few punches.
La differenza è che devi dimostrare il guerriero che sei, non ci sono i guantoni che ti salvano dalla botta o da... Io non ho paura di farmi male. Quando combatto con la rabbia, abbraccio la morte, o io o tu.
And they're on stage with me now, Lightning Lee Selby, Antonio Rizzo. Antonio, let me start with you. Paulie Malignaggi is going to translate because he has so many talents already as a fighter and a commentator. Give it up for him, by the way. Paulie Malignaggi helping me out with the translating. Antonio, you talked about not just fighting, you talked about the darkness you're able to go to, that you grew up with violence. I can go to a dark place to beat a great boxer because I'm a great fighter. Tell us a little bit about that.
scuro che vai con la tua mente, il posto solo che vai alla tua mente, un posto che non sai dove sei turbato. Parlo di queste cose che ti porta alla violenza per te e spiega un po' di questa situazione.
Sì, non ho passato un periodo facile, però questo sport fa in modo che la mia rabbia, la mia cattiveria venga fuori in modo giusto.
I've been through some bad things in my life, but this sport gives me the opportunity for me to turn that energy into something positive.
When you look at an opponent like this, Lee, a guy who as he says, he came up from the streets and came up to have success here in bare knuckle. You had incredible success at boxing, a world champion, been to the highest heights. Is there pressure with that comes with you? Like just like what he brings into the Trigon, you're bringing something in as well. Everybody's looking at you. How do you handle that?
There is a lot of pressure on me, headlining here in Cardiff in front of my home fans. Since after retiring 4 years ago, I'm coming back without the gloves on. But Antonio Rizzo, he's saying he's had a tough upbringing and fighting in the streets and stuff. Listen, I can pick hundreds of people out of the crowd that's done the same from my area.
When you see this idea that the Trigon Small, you were a guy known for your footwork, your ability to counter, the ability to use the entire ring, the space you're going to have. Are those skills going to be on display, or have you had to change things because of what's going on in the Trigon and the space you're going to have?
I think my skills will still be on display. And in these championship fights, these world championship fights, I sort of adapted my style, my fighting style, to hit and not get hit, using the footwork to win these championship fights, because that's what works in boxing. But if anybody sees me in the gym sparring and I'm boxing in the gym, there's nothing more than I like in the terror.
Antonio, when you look at the hype for this fight, you told us, I feel overlooked. I feel a little disrespected. Everybody's talking about him. Nobody's talking about me. Is that fuel and motivation in this fight?
Ti motiva a essere sottovalutato per questo match? Hai parlato un po' del fatto che pensi che sei stato sottovalutato nella promozione di questo match. È una motivazione per te? Spiega.
Sì, penso che io sia sottovalutato a combattere con Lee, che tra l'altro per me sarà un onore combattere e dividere il ring con lui. E sì, per me è una grande motivazione.
Yeah, he said it brings an anger in me to be misunderstood and probably mispromoted, and it's a motivation for me as well.
Lee, do you feel any, I don't want to say obligation, but you talk about the hometown, you talk about they want excitement, you talk about they want an action-packed fight, they want me to win by knockout. Are you putting that all on your shoulders when you get into the Trigon tomorrow night?
I'm not that type of fighter to carry the weight of the crowd's expectations on my shoulders. I'm my type of fighter that fights to win by any means possible.
We're looking forward to a great main event. Gareth, I know you agree with me. It's going to be a great night here in Wales.
It is indeed going to be a huge night of action. We have seen and witnessed what are going to be three amazing matchups at the top of the card. But we have a phalanx of great fighters for you tomorrow night at the Vindico Arena, where we are right now here in Cardiff. We thank our broadcast partners Vice, Telemundo and talkSPORT, and you can watch it, of course, at bkbbarenukle.com/watch. BKB 55 Carnage in Cardiff tomorrow night. Do not miss it.
Bare knuckle boxing returns to the land of the Red Dragon for BKB 55 Carnage in Cardiff, featuring the bare knuckle debut of Wales' own former IBF featherweight world champion Lee Selby at the Vindico Arena on Saturday, June 27th, when he takes on Italy's undefeated Antonio Rizzo. In the co-main event, former world champions go head-to-head when Dan Podmore and Jerome Hatch face off in a bridgerweight battle. Plus, some of Wales' best, including Yeston Edwards, Geraint Goodridge, and Dorian Darch, get back into the Trigon. Don't miss all the action. Visit bkbtickets.com/BKB55.
Tonight, bare knuckle boxing comes to the Vindico Arena. Here, there are no gloves and no safe place to wait when the fight begins to turn. There is only the trigon, the bell, and the man standing across from you. For Lee, Lightning Selby, this is more than a BKB debut. It is a homecoming. A former IBF featherweight world champion, Selby carried Welsh boxing to the world stage. Now he returns to Cardiff, determined to prove that a champion's legacy can stand without gloves. But Antonio Rizzo did not travel from Italy to celebrate Selby's return. A K1 veteran with 25 professional victories and an unbeaten bare-knuckle record, Rizzo has come to spoil the homecoming and take the biggest name of his career. Then, the future of BKB Bridgerweight comes into focus as two former champions collide. Dan Podmore has held gold before, and he wants it back. Jerome Hatch has survived nearly 200 professional combat fights, and he is still coming forward, looking for the finish. Warriors arrive from different roads, but all of them lead here, to Cardiff, to the Trigon, and to a night that will demand everything they have. Because once that bell rings, there is nowhere in the Trigon to hide. Every exchange demands an answer. Every mistake comes at a cost. This is BKB 55. Welcome to Carnage in Cardiff.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cardiff, Wales. Welcome to the Vindico Arena as the summer of BKB is underway. BKB 55, Carnage in Cardiff, as tomorrow night we see the bare-knuckle boxing debut of the former IBF world champion and Wales' own Lightning, Lee Selby. Tomorrow night, our main card is live on talkSPORT and on Vice TV. And for our prelim card, a very special, exciting new development for the sport of bare-knuckle and bare-knuckle boxing. The prelims will air tomorrow, live at 4 p.m. BST on the BKB TikTok. In our new partnership with TikTok, we're going to be hosting an interactive experience hosted by Ellie Dempster and Taylor Feingold. And as normal, the prelims will also be airing on Adrenaline and Swerve TV. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get our ceremonial weigh-ins kicked off. I'm joined on stage, as always, by the CEO of Bare Knuckle Boxing, BKB, Mr. David Tatro. And I'm also joined by the founder and the innovator of the mighty Trigon and a BKB, Mr. Dada 5000. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get these weigh-ins started. We open in our prelim card first in the super lightweight division, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner. He's undefeated as a professional bare-knuckle boxer, hanging from Bangor, Wales. Please welcome Jordan Bell. Official weight for Jordan Bell, 140.8 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner tomorrow night, also undefeated as a professional bare-knuckle boxer, hailing from Morriston, Swansea, Wales. Please welcome Tusalo Williams. Official weight, 139.6 pounds. The opening bout on our card, starting our prelim card live on TikTok. Super lightweight division, the first bare-knuckle fight live on TikTok. Jordan Bell and Tusalo Williams. Let's keep things moving, ladies and gentlemen. As we now move to the super lightweight division, staying on our prelim card, introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner, undefeated in his bare-knuckle contest, hailing from Kidderminster, England. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Ali the death sentence. Official weight for Ali's sentence, 139.6 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner tomorrow night here at the Vindico Arena, a veteran of BKB holding a bare knuckle record of 4 wins versus 5 defeats, hailing from the valleys by way of Maestig, Wales. You've seen him before, ladies and gentlemen, the Welsh hitman, Corey Healy. Official weight for Corey Healy, 139.6 pounds. Prelim action. Super lightweight division, the veteran Corey Healy, the undefeated Ali Sentence, is live on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night. BKB 55, Carnage in Cardiff. We move along, ladies and gentlemen. We keep this weigh-in moving ahead of BKB 55 tomorrow night right here at the Vindigo Arena here in Cardiff, Wales. This next matchup is in the Bridgerweight division, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Introducing first to the scales, hailing from Hamburg, Germany, by way of Gran Canaria, España, Klaus, the operator, Lily. Official weight for Klaus Lily, 223.6 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner tomorrow night. You've seen him before inside the Trigon, holding a bare knuckle record of 2 wins versus 1 defeat, hailing from Rhondda Valley, Wales, Dan Matthews. Official weight for the Welshman, Dan Matthews, 224.4 pounds. Bridgerweight action. You see Dollar 5000 in the middle of them. Klaus Lily, Dan Matthews. The prelim card of BKB 55 tomorrow night, live on TikTok. We keep things moving along, ladies and gentlemen, here for the weigh-ins. Once again, if you can't watch tomorrow, make sure you follow BKB Bare Knuckle on all social media platforms as we now get to the Cruiserweight division. The final bout on our prelim card, live on TikTok with our interactive experience. 5 3-minute rounds. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner, making his professional bare knuckle debut, hailing from Lithuania by way of Bridgeton, South Wales, the Lithuanian warrior Cornelius Sabaliauskas. Official weight, 182.8 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner tomorrow night. He's undefeated as a bare knuckle boxer, hailing from Llanelli, Wales. He is Ethan Hellboy George. Official weight for Hellboy, 185.4 pounds. The last bout on our prelim card, live on TikTok, Cruiserweight division, Cornelius Sabaliauskas and Ethan George, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to our main card, live with our broadcast partners, talkSPORT, Vice TV, Telemundo, super middleweight division. We kick things off, introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner, a veteran of the sport of bare knuckle boxing, boasting a record of 8-4 with 1 no contest and 4 knockouts, hailing from Crewe, England, Tom Pratt. Official weight for Tom Pratt, 165.8 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, undefeated in BKB, 2 fights, 2 wins, hailing from Afton Valley, South Wales. Ladies and gentlemen, Geraint Magic Man Goodridge. Official weight for Magic Man, 167.8 pounds. First bout on the main card, kicking us off live on talkSPORT. Tom Pratt, Grant Goodridge, ladies and gentlemen. We keep moving with our main card today for the ceremonial weigh-ins as we now arrive at the welterweight division, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner, undefeated. You loved him last time, for Portsmouth, Ash Bash Davenport. Official weight, 147.6 pounds. And now his opponent, a slightly more experienced bare-knuckle boxer holding a record of 6 wins versus 5 defeats, hailing from Stirling, Scotland, the Tiger, Tony Lafferty. Official weight for Tony the Tiger, 145.6 pounds. Scotland versus England, live in Cardiff, the main card for BKB 55, Carnage in Cardiff, the undefeated Ash Davenport, Tony Lafferty, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we arrive at the heavyweight division. 5 3-minute rounds inside the Trigon tomorrow night. First, fighting out of the blue corner, holding a bare-knuckle record of 3 wins versus 4 defeats, fighting out of Middlesbrough, North Yorkshire, England, Mark, the veteran O'Neill. Official weight for Mark O'Neill, 240.6 pounds. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner tomorrow night, he's undefeated as a bare-knuckle boxer. 3 victories opposite no defeats. A veteran of the sport of boxing in gloves with 40 professional bouts. You've seen him before. He's been nearly unstoppable from Barnstable, England by way of Częstochowa, Poland. Kamil Sokolowski. Official weight, 243.2 pounds. Heavyweight division, live tomorrow night here at Cardiff for BKB 55. Mark O'Neill, Kamil Sokolowski, the veteran, versus Sokol. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the super welterweight division. He's taking on Joe Morgan tomorrow night, hailing from Swansea, Wales. Please welcome Gypsy Joe Smith. Official weight for Gypsy Joe Smith, 151.8 pounds. Our next matchup is in the super featherweight division, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner, holding a bare-knuckle record of 2 wins versus 1 defeat, hailing from Bridgend, Wales, he is Ashley Peaky Striker Williams. Official weight for Ashley Williams, 129.8 pounds. And now his opponent, making his highly anticipated return. You saw him in his debut here in Wales. He's undefeated from Rondi Siantapi by way of Pennygreg. Ladies and gentlemen, the 22-year-old rising superstar, Yeston Stiffy Edwards. Official weight 127 pounds. Super featherweight division, Ashley Williams, Yeston Edwards. Tomorrow night, here at Cardiff, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the Bridger weight division. Could be fight of the night, our featured bout. This is going to be exciting. It's going to end in a knockout. Both of these men love to bring it inside the Trigon. First to the scales, from Lehigh, Utah, USA, the former BKB Cruiserweight Champion of the world, the Hatchet, Jerome Hatch. Official weight for the Hatchet, 223.8 pounds. And now his opponent enters the Trigon, also veteran of the sport of the bare knuckle boxing, with a professional record of 8 wins versus 4 defeats with 7 knockouts. Fighting out of Birmingham, England, please welcome the former BKB British champion, Dan Big Pod Podmore. Official weight for Big Pod, 222.4 pounds. Our featured contest tomorrow night, live on talkSPORT from Cardiff, Wales, here at the Vindico Arena. Jerome Hatch, Dan Podmore, the Hatchet, Big Pod, ladies and gentlemen. You are not going to want to miss this. Let's hear from both of these two with Gareth A. Davies.
Gentlemen, 3 knockouts of the night, 2 fights of the night, 4 times world champion, 3 weight divisions. You're 2 incredible fighters. Who's winning by knockout tomorrow night?
We're going to see, but he's going to try and knock me out. I'm going to try and knock him out. But I haven't come here to lose, Gareth.
Jerome, you're very similar as fighters, as men, as warriors. What do you visualize when the bell rings tomorrow night?
He's going to go down, just like the rest of them. Big ones line up, little ones bunch up.
What do you say to that?
Yeah. We'll see.
Is he talking bull?
Nah, listen, he's a dangerous opponent, you know what I mean? Anything's going to happen, but like I said, I haven't come here to lose. And when he's got my fist in his face, it's his game plan's going to go straight out the window.
Which round are you going to knock him out then?
I ain't going to go ahead and predict anything like that, you know what I mean? Because it's arrogance, you know what I mean? I'm going to go and put my skills on display, and then we're going to come out with a win.
Give us a little bit of arrogance. What round are you going to knock him out then?
Well, I'll be surprised he makes it to the second, but I'll give him till the second. Because he's pretty durable, so I'll give him till the second.
Now, you're both with victory, both after a fight with Marco Martiniak, the champion in the division. Not right now, not on your mind. Is there any chance that you two could deliver such a classic tomorrow that we might end up with the trilogy between you two?
Very good possibility. Yeah, because once I'm done with him, then not looking past him, then I'll go finish Marco, and then we'll see him again, I'm sure.
Final message for your opponent?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. What a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Hatch against Podmore. What a fight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to our co-main event of the evening. Tomorrow night, live for BKB 55, Carnage in Cardiff. 5 3-minute rounds in the cruiserweight division. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the Trigon tomorrow night undefeated, 4 wins, no defeats, 2 knockouts from Doncaster, Danny Mitchell. Official weight, 184.4 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the red corner tomorrow night. He enters the Trigon with a bare knuckle record, 12 wins, 4 defeats. Finding out it's Townhill, Swansea, Wales, the two-time BKB UK champion, Dan Lionheart Llewell. Official weight, 185.6 pounds. The co-main event tomorrow night here in Cardiff, BKB 55. Danny Mitchell, undefeated, versus the veteran, the former champion, Dan Lionheart Llewell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, both these two will take a moment with Gareth A. Davies.
Llewell and Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen. I'll come to the away fighter if I can, first of all, because obviously you're at home, Dan. Danny, the winner of this gets to fight, we understand, for the cruiserweight title. It's incredible how you two both make 185 pounds, rather. Tell me about your opponent and what you can do to him tomorrow night.
Listen, he's the highest ranked guy in this weight division in the UK, and yeah, I'm here to try and take his spot, and that's what it's about. It's about the best fighting the best, and the winner gets the prize, but not looking past. We're not looking to Miami, we're looking for tomorrow. For me, there is nothing past tomorrow.
Dan, does the Dragon ever lose when they're in Wales?
Well, Danny's beat a few Welsh guys, I know that, because I've followed him for a while, but, you know, in Wales, a crowd behind you, it definitely gives me that buzz. But as he said, tomorrow's the night. In there, we'll be doing the business, and may God be good with us, and may the best man win.
Knuckles itchy?
They're always itching, Guy. When you're in a sport, they're always itching.
When you visualise tomorrow night, what do you see as the outcome?
Honestly, God, I can see a 5-round war. I can see it. Very rarely goes a distance, but I know Dan got a big heart, I got a big heart. Unless one of us goes out sleeping, then I think he'll go all the way. Final word for your opponent, Danny?
There's nothing but the best. See you tomorrow. We'll leave it to the big man upstairs.
Dan?
Exactly the same. He took the words out of my mouth. God's great. God has plans for all of us, and he's the one who'll do it tomorrow.
Two great warriors, two great gladiators, ladies and gentlemen. What a fight this is going to be. Llewell and Mitchell. Give it up for them, please.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our main event tomorrow night for BKB 55, Carnage in Cardiff. We've been hearing about it for months. We see the debut of a former world champion. Let's meet our main eventers. First to the scales, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the Trigon tomorrow night, undefeated as a bare knuckle boxer. Hailing from Sassuolo, Italy, the former K1 kickboxing veteran, ladies and gentlemen, Antonio No Mercy Rizzo. Official weight for Antonio Rizzo, 138.6 pounds. And now his opponent. You've been hearing about this fight. You've seen him all across the country. Now taking the gloves off. You saw him go the traditional route. British, Commonwealth, European. He then became the 5-time defending IBF world champion. Born in Cardiff. Ladies and gentlemen, Lee Selby. Official weight for Lee Selby, 140.6 pounds. Italy versus Wales. This is not the World Cup. This is BKB 55. The return of Lee Selby. The debut in bare knuckle of Lee Selby. Tomorrow night, live around the world, Antonio Rizzo, Lee Selby, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from both our main eventers with Gareth A. Davies.
You are smack talkers, you're men of very few words. I've been around you both all week. You both respect each other very deeply, clearly. Finalmente, una palabra, ¿qué vuoi decire a lei? What do you want to say to him finally?
Che domani sarà guerra.
Tomorrow it's going to be war. And for you, Lee, what's your final message to Antonio Rizzo?
I got no message for him, but I'll see you tomorrow.
Let me bring you back together one more time. Come together. Selby versus Rizzo, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night. Thank you, gentlemen. May the best man win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the summer of BKB starts tomorrow night. We're back in Cardiff, one of the best fight cities in the world, live from the Vindico Arena, the bare knuckle debut of Lee Selby. We'll see you tomorrow night inside the mighty Trigon. Bare knuckle boxing returns to the land of the Red Dragon for BKB 55, Carnage in Cardiff. Featuring the bare-knuckle debut of Wales' own former IBF featherweight world champion, Lee Selby, at the Vindico Arena on Saturday, June 27th, when he takes on Italy's undefeated Antonio Rizzo. In the co-main event, former world champions go head-to-head when Dan Podmore and Jerome Hatch face off in a bridgerweight battle. Plus, some of Wales' best, including Yeston Edwards, Geraint Goodridge, and Dorian Darch, get back into the Trigon. Don't miss all the action. Visit bkbtickets.com/BKB55.